Hi, I'm Jim Harshaw, owner and founder of Riot Sports Marketing. I'm a father and a husband, and I'm a coach, and I'm a sports marketing consultant. And in this video, I want to show you how you can work smarter, not harder as a coach. I want to show you how you can reach your goals, build a stronger program, and ultimately be more successful. I've spoken to thousands of coaches at conventions and coaches clinics all over the country, and I always ask them the same thing. I say, what do you need to be successful, to reach your goals? And invariably, I get some form of the same responses. We need more funding. We need better facilities. We want more community or parental support. We want more support from our athletic director. We want stronger alumni involvement, and we want improved communication with our various constituents. Unfortunately, these teams and these coaches often revert to the same traditional short-term solutions of selling cookies to raise money, or just putting up a static website that gets updated once every 2 months if they're lucky. And sure, selling stuff is going to give you cash today that you're going to spend tomorrow, and starting a website makes sure your information is available. However, both of these solutions fail to fully address your real needs. You know, it won't be long before you're peddling another fundraising item, or until you're hearing people say that they didn't know what time last week's event took place, even though it's posted right there on your website. Now, I'm not saying you shouldn't have a website. I'm just saying you can't put one up and think you're done. A website that always has fresh content is just the beginning. You see, people don't go seeking out websites these days. They're busy. They're just like you and I. And nowadays, your fans and community expect information to come to them, and it has to come to them through channels like email and Facebook and Twitter, and now even text message alerts. And as for selling cookies, that does nothing to help you put butts in the seats, and it does nothing to cultivate donors to support your team for the long haul, or to build relationships with your community. It does nothing to show your athletic director that your program has the full backing of the student body, your alumni, and your community of supporters. The solution is something that's completely opposite of what most coaches are doing, but it's exactly what most successful coaches are doing, and I call it fundraising through fan raising. You know, your sources of revenue and support are the same sources of your success. When you have a strong fan base, you have strong attendance and you sell more tickets. Then, of course, you sell more concessions and more merchandise. And when you have fans, you have more media coverage, which increases awareness and raises the profile of your team. And when you have more fans, you have more people who donate to your fundraisers, and you have more volunteers who volunteer their time and their energy. And when you have more fans, your administration sees your program as a worthwhile place to invest their money. And when you have fans, you suffer less from budget cuts that are going to come in tough economic times. And so you have to reach out to them. You have to tell your story and build awareness of your program and of the people who are in the trenches driving your team forward every day. If you've seen the statistics, then you know how to find your fans. They're on Facebook. They're using email. They're using Twitter. And they're texting. And yeah, you're probably thinking this all takes tons of time and tons of energy and maybe even some employees. And, you know, I've got these papers on my desk that I got to fill out. I've got my scheduling to plan. I got practice to run. Not to mention, I'm not a full-time coach. You know, I'm paid for a fraction of the time that I put in, or for, I don't know, maybe you're even a volunteer. Well, no worries. That's exactly where I'm coming from too. I know that if it's time efficient, it gets done. And Riot makes it time efficient to inspire not just your athletes, but your entire community. So by now you're probably asking yourself, who the heck am I and why am I telling you all this? Like I said, my name is Jim Harshaw. I was an All-American wrestler at the University of Virginia. I went on to become a Division I coach, actually a Division I head coach for a while, but that was before I started my first business, took over the reins of a nonprofit. And it was from all of these combined experiences as an athlete, as a business owner, as a Division I coach, as a nonprofit leader, that I founded Riot Sports Marketing. And why am I telling you all this? Well, as an athlete at UVA, we had all of the things around us that helped us be successful athletes, not only athletically, but academically. UVA is one of the top athletic programs in the country. It's also the #1 public school in the country. So academically and athletically, there's a lot of excellence there. And to run an excellent program and to have a high-level athletics program, whether it's a youth program or a Division I college program, the model is the same. You have to have money, you have to have support, you have to have funding to put all these pieces together. And I'm going to tell you one thing that UVA never has done since I graduated there. They've never tried to sell me a cookie for fundraising. They've never tried to sell me a coupon book or a scratch-off ticket or any of these things because they see the value of me as a fan. When I graduated, they began sending me information and keeping me educated and engaged through Facebook and email newsletters and an updated website, and all these things sort of keep me educated and engaged, and ultimately I buy more tickets and I attend more events. When I go to those events, I take my wife and kids, and we buy concessions and we buy merchandise. When they keep me educated and engaged, I end up donating more money, and I take my friends and I talk to my fellow alumni and fellow fans and fellow community supporters of the program. We get together and we talk about the program and we support the program together. There's a community of supporters around this program. And it's the same with any successful athletics program. And I call this fundraising through fan raising. So what is Riot? What I've done with Riot is built a web-based application that it's a communication and fundraising platform that's going to help you implement this fundraising through fan raising philosophy with your team. Riot helps you increase awareness, it helps you educate your alumni and engage your fans. It helps you connect and communicate quickly and easily and simply with your parents, with your athletes, with your student body, and every other constituent base that makes up your community of supporters. And what it really boils down to, the main feature of this web-based application is you can send us an email and we'll do the rest. We will update your Facebook page, we'll update your Twitter account, we will update your website, we'll put your content into an automatic weekly email newsletter. We can even send out a text message alert or a text message blast to anybody who subscribes to your text message alert. So we're helping you maintain multiple channels of communication so that you can keep your fans and your community and your parents and your athlete and everybody involved with your program, keep them educated, keep them engaged, and so you implement this fundraising through fan raising philosophy. And one of the key pieces of this is, when coaches started using this program, they said, well, we don't always have content to post, we don't always have an update from last week or something to post about an upcoming event or something like that. And I said, so what if we were to insert relevant, interesting, engaging content for you periodically? And so we started doing that, and it's been a tremendous hit. So coaches love the fact that not only are they able to get their content out easily, but we're inserting highly engaging and relevant content for you and for your fans into your networks. And for myself, I created Riot out of necessity. I was doing all this stuff manually, and it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of energy to implement this philosophy, and the rewards are tremendous. When I started this, I was reaching our goals as our program was reaching our goals. We were breaking through barriers, we were raising more money, and just ultimately being more successful. And so colleagues started asking me, Jim, how are we doing this? What are the steps you're taking? And I started helping a lot of people do this, and I said, what if I can systematize this to the point where any coach can pick this up and start using it today and implement this quickly and easily? What if it was time efficient for a coach to implement this philosophy? Because if it's not time efficient, let's face it, it's not getting done, because you got a fire at your feet that you have to put out. Your athletic director's telling you to fill out these forms, or you have practice to plan, or something else that you have to do today. So a lot of times this communication, marketing, and really program development, which is the most important stuff, that gets pushed to the back burner. So ultimately, to make a long story short, I found an investor, we built the software, we built this application, and it has tremendously simplified my life, and it's going to do the same for you. But don't take my word for it. Check out some of these testimonials. After telling me that he had higher event attendance in his highest ever attended dual meet, as well as a 42% jump in participation, Bill Swink, the head wrestling coach at Colonial Forge High School in Virginia, which, by the way, is one of the top wrestling programs in the nation, he said that there's nothing else to attribute this to. We've done nothing different other than implement Riot. Ben D'Alessandro, a basketball coach, said that the concept is genius. Mike Derone, a college coach and a for-profit wrestling club owner in Wisconsin, said that he's completely blown away by the Riot Sports Marketing Program. Coach Harshaw is obviously a forward-thinking individual and has now provided us all with a cost-effective method of marketing and promoting our programs. I feel Riot is the missing piece of the puzzle. Let me tell you, by the way, he was paying twice the amount that the system is offered for today. And he still said it was cost effective. Al Bevilacqua, who's a nonprofit leader in New York City, said he's convinced that Riot Sports Marketing has allowed them to double their attendance and their donations at an event where they raised almost $1 million. And here's another thing. When you sign up for Riot, you're also going to get the Riot U DVD that's packed with resources and videos and how-tos to help you take your program to the next level. You're going to learn tactics like how I got 1,000 new likes on my team's Facebook page in just 1 week, and how we currently have over 3,100 likes for our club total. You know, whether you want to save time and get more done, whether you want to increase attendance or grow awareness, maybe you want to professionalize and streamline communications, or maybe you want to connect with your alumni and your parents and your fans, or maybe you just want to leverage technology that's made simple. Riot is the solution to help you increase your outcome to effort ratio, because if it's time efficient, it gets done. And as a bonus, you'll also get the Fundraising through Fandraising Quick Start Guide, which is a 26-page guide that will give not only the advanced sport marketer valuable tips, it's also going to give the novice the fundamentals and really specific tactics that are used by the top college athletic department fundraisers in the country. And if you sign up today, you'll get Riot free for 30 days. This may not be available forever. There's no credit card required. It takes less than 8 seconds to create your account, and then maybe another 10 minutes or so to really set up your account and get rolling. Then, after your free trial, just pay $24.95 a month. You can cancel any time. Absolutely no risk, zero risk, since you don't even have to pull out your credit card to sign up. And with responsive, ongoing support through email and live chat and phone support, you'll always have a real person to answer your questions. So what are you waiting for? Start a Riot today.